Hello everyone, I'm Hilary Chin. If you want to become a data scientist or a data analyst, please follow this video, okay? There are many tools online I've seen, I've heard about. But of course, if you are a beginner, you can start with Excel. It's a good way to go and it's one of the best and most widely used tools and skill, okay? But today I'll be showing you how to do data validation. Just follow me and see what this looks like.
Okay, so data validation can be explained better by designing a tool. So this tool is a basic data collection tool that you can design for your national organization, or for those of you who are working with the UN or working with international organizations. They can ask you to design a simple tool like this for data collection, okay, to send to partners. So this is what we have here. So if you look at what I've done here, under my data validation, I want, under the year, I want to use this tool from 2025 right up to 2027. So it's a 3 years project, for instance. And then I'll be running through the month January, February, as we all know. And then organization A, B, C, these are the organizations that are taking part in this project. And these are the type of organization. You have UN agencies, you have national organizations, you have international organizations. And then here you have the regions where they are coming from. Here you also have the division, here you have the subdivision, here you have the activities. And then here now you have the total boys and girls that they are reaching out to, okay, based on these activities, okay. So we have two activities: distribution of learning materials and distribution of teaching materials, or you can say supplies. Please, this is just an example for the purpose of this video. And then here you have the start date of the project and the end date of the project, okay. I want us to add one column here, which we are going to say sector, okay, sector. So this sector can be education, okay. So this sector can be education, and then it can be learning. Let's just say learning. I just want something to be unique so we can have multiple selection there. All right, so here is the plan. So this is my plan, okay. So once you create a plan like this, the next thing you need to just do is come here to this sheet where I have plan and right click, and then you copy. We want to duplicate this sheet, okay, and then we duplicate it. Now we have another sheet here, so I'm going to bring it close here, and in this sheet I'll double click and I'll call it my 4Ws. Now this 4Ws here simply means what, where, what, whom, and who are we reaching out to, okay. So remember, we are coming from this plan right up to these 4Ws, okay. So right here now, what I'll do is simple. I'll select 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and then I right click, and then I select insert. Now I want to transform this particular one we have here up to a tool. You see, now I want to transform it to a tool, and to transform it to a tool, I'll come back here again, and then I delete all this. Okay, remember that we already have the plan. We'll be referencing this particular tool, this plan, right up to this 4W2 here. So this first area I want to merge, okay, we call this merge. I want to just merge and center, okay, and I'll just call this date because it deals with the month and the, okay, I'll just call this date, and then here I'll call this who. I'll come again, and then I'll merge and center. I'll call this area who. So who are you as an organization, okay. And then I'll come to this area here. I'll just merge this area, and then I'm gonna call it where, okay, the location. Are you getting now? I'll call it where, the location, okay. And then I'll come to this other area, I merge it, and then I call it what, which stands for the activity. What are they doing? Are you getting now? I'll put what there, okay. And then I'll just come here now to this area. Now I'll also merge this area, and then I'm gonna call it womb. This one is referring to people, right? Womb. So we have our 4Ws. We have 1, 2, 3, 4Ws, and then here I can come here and I also create some borders here. just to make this area also a little bit visible for me, I'll create my borders here. So this is a very simple tool that I'm designing here for you. And then here I can just come here and I give it a color, right? Depending on the color of your logo of your organization, you can choose the best color to use. Okay, so my organization has a green color, so I'm going to flow with green. I'm going to flow with green all through. I know this is not going to really look nice, but you manage this because it's just for the purpose of this video, right? And then you have to learn something here. I'll try to put different colors just to differentiate the different areas of what, where, and whom, but they'll all flow around the green color, right? Great. So now I have this tool here, and then here I would like to put a particular color down here where I have this date here. I like to put blue. Should we put blue? Should we put this blue here? Okay, guys, this is just, you see, it's becoming a tool. I can still come up here and then I give a title if I like. Okay, I can come here and I just give a title. Maybe I come here and then I merge that and center, and then I can just double click there and I see data collection tool. You see, that's it there. And then here again I can still decide to just create borders. I already chose that, and then here now I can just choose something like this. You see, so you see that is already a 5W tool we have designed there. So this is how simple it is. Now I can save this. So I want to be sending this tool to organizations to fill out this tool. Okay, and please, for the sake of this video, I'm just rushing. Okay, I'm just rushing. Permit me. So right now we want to start creating our data validation. So to create our data validation is simple. I'll just come under this here and I click equals to. I'll first of all go here to data, and then I select data validation. This is it here, and I click. Now once I choose this, I want it to be in a list format. Okay, I want it to be in a list format here. Are you getting now? And then I'll just select this, it goes up here, and then I come to this next plan here, and then I'll reference. You see, I'm going to reference this. We are coming from the plan, from the tool. This is a tool. What we have done is we have referenced this cell, and then we come to the plan, and then we choose this area, and then we click our tab, and then we go back here and then we click OK. You see that immediately it gives us this option here. Okay, so when we send this tool to partners, they are going to be selecting these options for us. You see that we have it here now. You see that it's easy now. They can select these options for us, and now I can play with my mouse here and it turns to this small black cross, and then I share it down here. So every organization, they will just come here, they select 2025 and then the month. So I'll do the same for the month. I'll just reference this first cell here, and then I'll go to data, go to data validation here. I choose, I want it to appear in a list format. Okay, and then I'll now move, since this cell is already being referenced, I'll go here and then I choose all the month. If there were 5 or 10, I'll choose here. But of course I can choose here and I leave a space here. You see, I'll leave this space. Take note of this space. There's something I'll do here, and you see. And then once I do this, I click here, go back to my tool, and I click OK. Now I have January, February, March. Now this is the space I left there open. Okay, I'll come here. Once this changed to a black cross, I'll share it down here, and then you see that we have these options available here. Now if I go back to my plan here and I go under here, January, February, March, April, and I put my April, you see that automatically it adds up here. You see, that's my April there. Take note of that. So I can allow a reference, an empty space here where I can add some other items. Okay, I'll go back again to my organization here, and then I go back again to data, I'm doing this severally so that you see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the same action. I'm doing the same action all through. And then I choose here, and then I come now to my plan, and then I reference the organization. I've left 2 spaces now, and then I click here, and then I click OK. Okay, and then when I come, you see all my organization. I have 1 space that I've left here, I've referenced, and then I'll come here and I select, and then it shares up here with everyone. Okay, now I can send this to different organizations. If I come here again, there was a space I left here and I put D. You see that automatically to my 54W tool, you see that D is there. Okay, we left 2 spaces, so I can add E if I want. These are referring to organizations as per this video. Now we can do that until we get here. Now I don't want to stress you on this. We can do that until we get here. Activities as well, we can do that, but there's something I want to show you without taking much of your time. Right here we have the dates, right? So I can come here and I click in this cell, go to home, go again to data validation, no, go to data, sorry, go again to data validation, and then I choose my data validation here, and then I come here and then I choose date. You see that it tells me that I want it to start from this date to this date. So I come here and it has equal to, greater than, less than, you know. So I want it to start from a particular date and end a particular date. So I'll just come here and I put 1st of January 2025. Okay, and I want it to end 31st of December 2025, and I click OK. Okay, and then I also come here, I go again to data, right? I also go to data here and then data validation, and then I come here and I still choose my date and I say the same thing. I want it to be 1st of January, okay, 2025, and then 31st of December 2025. Okay, and I click OK. Now I have set a condition in this cell. So if I come here and I say 1st of January 2025, you see that it gives me my data up here. If I come and I say I want it to be, maybe I'm doing the project for the next month, so 1st of February 2025. Now if I come here and I say okay, the project will be starting from this date and then ending on the 31st of December 2025, you see that it is okay. But if I come here and I say that the project will be ending in 2026, I will have an error there. So it gives me an error because I have coded this cell. I have initiated a guide, a validation that only runs between these 2 dates. Okay, if I come here and I want to go to 2024, you see that it gives me an error. Okay, because I have initiated the start date and the end date in a particular criteria. Okay, so I wanted you to take note of this. As for the boys, the numbers are just going to be included, just add. Okay, so if an organization comes here and say, oh, I'm doing for 2025, they click. Maybe the month of January, they click. Maybe it's organization A, they click. Organization type, we can still do the same. Let me do the last one again, and then you can do the rest. If you are watching this video, you can do the rest. Data validation is still the same style, very simple. Go to your list, select your list, and then select this, and then come to your plan here, and then you reference. Okay, you reference. Many times when we reference, we leave a space like this because other organizations can be adding or other items can be adding, and then we click this, and then here now we click OK, and then when you come here, you have the different organizations and you have this space that have been left out here, so that if we have another organization or other items that are adding, we just go to our plan here and then we add that without necessarily stressing ourselves with the tool, and we can still do this as we move ahead. In another video, I'll show you how to do dependable drop down. whereby if you select this, it selects what relates to this and then select what relates to this. It means you select a region, you have to pick just that region, the divisions under that region, and then pick only the subdivisions under that divisions. Okay, so please complete this next process and then let's go. Stay blessed.